Hello students, myself Anand Saini, I am your chemistry tutor. Let's start to learn chemistry. Okay students, now in this class we are discussing about our new topic, and the topic is types of pure form of substance. Pure substance. What is pure substance? But our very first question is, what is substance exactly? What is substance? When we know about the substance, then we are discussing about these topic about elements, compound, organic, inorganic, metals, non-metals, and more things. Okay, your first point is, what is substance? You know why we are discussing about substance? Exactly because the reason is this: about substance. Exactly the point is the whole universe, नॉट अर्थ, केवल अपनी ये जो अर्थ है और ये जो मून है, जो सन है, केवल अपना नहीं, ऐसे इस यूनिवर्स में बहुत सारे अर्थ, बहुत सारे मून और सन है ना, उनकी बात करें। द होल यूनिवर्स इज मेड बाय ओनली टू थिंग्स। फर्स्ट वन इज सब्सटेंस, another one is energy. The whole universe is made by only two things. First one is, yes, substance, another one is energy. Okay, so now that's why this is the important point. We are discussing about substance. What is substance exactly? Your point is, what is substance? Okay, so let's start. Substance, exactly your point is the substance. Anything occupying space, having mass and opposing nature are known as substance. कुछ भी, anything occupying space, having mass and opposing nature are called substance, like water, air, wood, iron, cloths, chalk, duster, board, many more things. Okay, कुछ भी, हमारे आसपास की कोई भी ऐसी चीज जिसमें आपका वेट होगा, अपोजिंग नेचर होगा और उसमें वो स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई करता है, वो सब कुछ क्या होता है? सब्सटेंस होता है। ओके, सो नाउ व्हेन वी नो अबाउट सब्सटेंस, देन आवर डिस्कशन इज स्टार्टेड. इट्स क्लासिफिकेशन. नाउ द क्लासिफिकेशन इज, the pure substance is divided into two parts. First one is the elements and another one is compound. So what is elements? Actually the elements is the purest form of the substance. Elements is the purest form of the substance which is made by one type of atoms and which cannot be divided. Elements की बात कर रहे हैं कि elements cannot be divided by two or more parts any physical or chemical methods. Got it? What is elements? What is elements? Elements are the purest form of the substance which is made by a specific type of, a single type of atoms, and it cannot be divided by any chemical or physical method in two or more parts. Got it? Exactly. So this is the definition of elements. बड़ा सिंपल सा पॉइंट आपसे बोला कि भाई एलिमेंट जो होते हैं वो क्या होते हैं? एलिमेंट आपका एक स्पेसिफिक आपका जो एटम रहता है उसी से मिलकर के बना होता है। आप उसको टू और मोर पार्ट में डिवाइड नहीं कर सकते हो किसी भी केमिकल और फिजिकल मेथड से, और ये होता है प्योरेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ सब्सटेंस। गॉट इट? दिस इज एग्जैक्टली डेफिनेशन। नाउ अबाउट एलिमेंट्स, नाउअडेज टोटल नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स आर 118 एलिमेंट्स। तो अभी तक हमारे पास जो नॉन एलिमेंट्स हैं बेटा वो कितने हैं? 118 एलिमेंट्स हैं। इनमें से आपको अभी तक जो पता है वो 92 एलिमेंट्स जो होते हैं बेटा, दे आर फाउंड इन नेचर। ये हमें बाय नेचर मिल जाते हैं। बट इसके अलावा जितने भी एलिमेंट्स हैं वो सब हम लोग उनको बनाते हैं, प्रोड्यूस करते हैं लैब में। तो सिंथेसिस उनका किया जा रहा है, वो आपको लैब में बनाया जाता है, मैन मेड एलिमेंट्स रहते हैं। ठीक, सो द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एलिमेंट्स आल्सो डिवाइडेड इनटू टू पार्ट्स, मेटल एंड नॉन मेटल्स. दिस टॉपिक is we are about this topic we are discussing our next class. Exactly, what about compounds? So the compounds, in reality the compound is also a purest form of the substance, but here comes, when two or more elements combine in a fixed ratio, the substance is obtained known as compound. Got it? Once more. Once more. When elements are combined in a fixed ratio, then the substance is obtained. It is known as compounds, like water, H2O. Okay, so here comes 2H and 1O. That's why the ratio is 2:1. Okay, this is the fixed ratio. Exactly about elements like copper, zinc, gold, iron, carbon, hydrogen, sodium, chlorine, oxygen, sulfur, many more elements है ना बेटा, बहुत सारे elements होते हैं. Okay, so your definition exactly about elements. What are the elements? Exactly. Just a minute. Elements. What is elements? It is purest form of substance and made from a single type single means specific. Okay, single means specific type. Single type of atom which can't divided into two or more parts by any chemical or physical method. Okay, chemical or physical method known as elements. Got it? This is the exactly statement definition of the elements. So it is the purest form of the substance and made from a single or specific type of atom which can't divided into two or more parts by any chemical or physical method like copper, zinc, and many more examples are here. Your important point is this: nowadays total number of elements is 118 elements and 92 are found in our nature and rest elements are man-made. This is the exactly point. Got it? Okay. Now what about compounds? So the compounds, the definition is when two or more elements combine in a fixed ratio then the substance is obtained. Then obtaining substance known as compound, like water. Okay, when two or more elements combine with each other in a fixed ratio, then the obtained substance जो भी बनेगा उसी को हम लोग बोलते हैं क्या? कंपाउंड. कंपल्सरी कंडीशन इज इन अ फिक्स्ड रेशियो. जो कंपाउंड आपका एलिमेंट होगा ना, वो एलिमेंट आपका एक फिक्स रेशियो में रिएक्ट करना चाहिए. लाइक वाटर, H2O, hydrogen and oxygen react with each other in a fixed ratio, 2 mole of hydrogen, 1 mole of oxygen. Exactly, this is a compound. So exactly CO2, SO2, H2SO4, HNO3, many more compounds here. Okay, so now more discussion about this topic we are discussing in our next video lecture. Okay, so thank you class.
Hello students, welcome to Shivaji Group of Institutions online classes of English. I am A.K. Dwivedi and today I am going to explain you topic preposition. Okay, it is very important topic and it is not so simple. It is a very large topic. Nobody can prepare preposition fully, because there are so many different things, rules related to preposition, and to prepare preposition one had to learn by heart some prepositions where they are exactly used. So today I am going to explain you preposition in a very simple way. Okay, so don't worry, let us take definition. How can you define it? If somebody asks you to define the preposition, how can you define? So let us see. First definition is, a preposition is a word which is used to denote its relation with other words. Okay, preposition is a word which is used to show its relation with other words of sentence. यानी प्रीपोजिशन एक ऐसा शब्द है जो किसी नाउन या प्रोनाउन के पहले यूज होता है और ये सेंटेंस के दूसरे शब्द से अपने रिलेशन को डिनोट करता है. प्रीपोजिशंस आर यूज्ड बिफोर नाउन और प्रोनाउन. प्रीपोजिशन का प्रयोग नाउन या प्रोनाउन के पहले होता है टू शो इट्स रिलेशन. इसका रिलेशन किससे शो करने के लिए? अदर वर्ड्स ऑफ द सेंटेंस. ओके, हियर आई हैव रिटन टू definitions. Second definition is, a preposition is a word used before noun or pronoun to show its relation with other words of the sentence. You can define like this: preposition is a word which is used to denote its relation with other words of the sentence, or preposition is a word used before noun or pronoun to denote its relation with other words of the sentence. Okay students, now take examples. For examples, the book is on the table. This is first example. The book is on the table. In this sentence, preposition is on. Here, on is used as preposition, and this preposition is used before table. The table, that is noun. Okay, I have written here a definition that preposition is used before noun or pronoun. Here, on is used before the table, and the table is noun to show its relation with other words of the sentence. Here other words कौन सा है? The book. Okay, here other word the book. तो टेबल का रिलेशन किससे हो रहा है? बुक से. Okay, now second sentence, he goes to college in a car. वह कॉलेज जाता है. कैसे जाता है? इन अ कार. कार में जाता है. ओके, क्लोज्ड कार है, इन का यूज करेंगे ना. तो हियर इन इज यूज्ड बिफोर अ कार एंड कार इज नाउन वर्ड. ठीक है, कार क्या है? नाउन वर्ड है, और ये किससे रिलेशन शो कर रहा है? अदर वर्ड्स लाइक ही, दैट इज प्रोनाउन. इसका संबंध किससे है? ही से, कि वह कार से जाता है. तो प्रीपोजिशन एक ऐसा शब्द है जो किसी सेंटेंस में नाउन या प्रोनाउन के पहले यूज होता है, और ये अपना संबंध सेंटेंस के दूसरे शब्दों से प्रकट करता है. वो कॉलेज जाता है कार से. कार के पहले इनका यूज हुआ है, और इसका संबंध किससे है? गोस टू कॉलेज से ना, पूरे सेंटेंस से. Now next one, the village is 5 miles from the town. Students, here preposition is from. यहाँ पर preposition from का प्रयोग किया गया है. from से के अर्थ में होता है अलग होने के अर्थ में. ठीक है. The village is 5 miles from the town. गांव की कस्बे से दूरी 5 मील है. तो यहाँ पर from का प्रयोग किसके पहले हुआ है? The town. And the town is noun word. ओके और इसका संबंध किससे है? सेंटेंस के अदर वर्ड्स. दैट मीन्स द विलेज. ओके नाउ नेक्स्ट वन. देयर इज अ टेम्पल इन फ्रंट ऑफ माई स्कूल. स्टूडेंट्स, हियर प्रीपोजिशन इन फ्रंट ऑफ इज यूज्ड. ओके हियर इन फ्रंट ऑफ इज प्रीपोजिशन एंड इट इज यूज्ड बिफोर माई स्कूल. स्कूल दैट इज नाउन वर्ड. ठीक है. इन फ्रंट ऑफ का मतलब होता है के सामने, बिल्कुल ठीक सामने. मेरे स्कूल के सामने एक टेम्पल है. देयर इज अ गार्डन इन फ्रंट ऑफ माई हाउस. मेरे घर के सामने एक बगीचा है. शी वॉज स्टैंडिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ अ हॉस्पिटल. वह एक हॉस्पिटल के सामने खड़ी थी. तो इन फ्रंट ऑफ का प्रयोग होता है के सामने के अर्थ में और इसका प्रयोग हुआ है स्कूल के पहले. और स्कूल क्या है? नाउन वर्ड है. और ये किससे रिलेशन शो कर रहा है? टेम्पल से. ओके इसका रिलेशन किससे शो हो रहा है? टेम्पल से. नाउ नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल. द हंटर किल्ड अ लायन विद अ गन. हंटर ने एक लायन को गन से मारा. यहाँ पर प्रीपोजिशन विद का प्रयोग हुआ है. विद से के अर्थ में यूज होता है बिफोर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स इन द कंपनी. जितने भी इंप्लीमेंट्स होते हैं टूल्स बिफोर द नेम ऑफ टूल्स लाइक गन, सोर्ड, नाइफ ऐसे. तो हियर गन इज अ इंस्ट्रूमेंट दैट इज नाउन और इसके पहले विद का प्रयोग हुआ है. और ये किससे संबंध शो कर रहा है? द हंटर और लायन. अदरवाइज द हंटर किल्ड द लायन. इसका संबंध किससे है? गन दैट इज नाउन वर्ड. ठीक है. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन एग्जांपल. यू आर सिटिंग अंडर द फैन. आप फैन के नीचे बैठे थे. हियर अंडर इज प्रीपोजिशन. हियर अंडर इज यूज्ड एज प्रीपोजिशन एंड द फैन दैट इज नाउन वर्ड. Under is used before the fan that is noun and it shows its relation with other words that means you were sitting. Okay, इसका संबंध you that is pronoun आप ये भी बोल सकते हैं ना. तो स्टूडेंट्स इन these sentences जितने भी सेंटेंस मैंने लिखे हैं यहाँ पर मैंने आपको प्रीपोजिशन के एग्जांपल्स बताए. कैसे प्रीपोजिशन को डिफाइन किया जा सकता है, उसकी डेफिनेशन क्या होती है, मीनिंग क्या होती है. ठीक है. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू वेरियस कैटेगरीज ऑफ प्रीपोजिशन. स्टूडेंट्स, प्रीपोजिशन इज अ वेरी लार्ज टॉपिक, कांट बी एक्सप्लेन्ड इवन विद इन 7 or 10 days. Very large topic, but simply I am explaining you here. Now I am going to tell you various categories of preposition, that means kinds. प्रीपोजिशन कितने प्रकार के होते हैं. तो स्टूडेंट्स, लेट अस डिस्कस अबाउट काइंड्स ऑफ प्रीपोजिशन. प्रीपोजिशन कितने प्रकार के होते हैं? देयर आर वेरियस कैटेगरीज ऑफ प्रीपोजिशन. दिस इज नॉट एग्जैक्ट. यानी प्रीपोजिशन की बहुत सारी कैटेगरीज होती है, बट आई एम टेलिंग यू सम कैटेगरीज हियर ब्रीफली. फर्स्ट वन, सिंपल प्रीपोजिशन. Simple preposition means single preposition. It is also known as single preposition. Okay? Simple preposition means single preposition. मतलब सिंगल, जो केवल सिंगल वर्ड से बने होते हैं उनको हम सिंपल प्रीपोजिशन बोलते हैं. तो सिंपल प्रीपोजिशन और सिंगल प्रीपोजिशन, that means all the preposition words which consist of only one word. Okay? All the preposition words which consist only one word are called simple or single preposition, like on, to, upon, under, at, in, over, above, etc. Okay, these words contain only one word. For example, on, under, at, in, of, etc. I will explain you in its definition. Now try to understand only kinds of preposition. Double preposition means those words which are made of, those words which are made of or consist more than two words are called double preposition. For example, you can take upon, within, without, with plus out, within, with or plus in. Okay, so within, without, etc. Compound preposition are those words which are made of more than two words. जिनका ऐसे प्रीपोजिशन जो दो या दो से अधिक शब्दों से मिलकर के बने होते हैं उनको हम कंपाउंड प्रीपोजिशन बोलते हैं. जैसे ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ, इन स्पाइट ऑफ, इंस्टेड ऑफ, अकॉर्डिंग टू, ये सब कैसे हैं? बिकॉज ऑफ. Compound preposition. Now participle preposition. Participle preposition are those preposition which are used as adjective ending ing. इनके अंत में ing लगा होता है, वो participle preposition होते हैं. एग्जाम्पल के लिए हम कह सकते हैं following. Okay, considering. Following, considering मैं आपको आगे बताऊंगा. Now next one, phrasal preposition. Phrasal means होते हैं group of words. When some group of words are used as preposition, they are called phrasal preposition. Okay, students. So these are the kinds of preposition. In my next video, I will explain all these categories of preposition briefly. Okay, till then, revise this topic again and again. Thank you for attending today's class.
Hello students, welcome in the online classes of biology. So as you all know that we are discussing about lesson diversity in living organisms. In my previous lecture, I told you about kingdom Animalia, its important characteristics and also about different phylums or classification of kingdom Animalia. And today I am going to tell you about phylums of kingdom Animalia. So the first phylum is phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera. Porifera phylum is a multicellular organism. Multicellular organism means that it is composed of more than one cell. That is why it is called multicellular organisms. And mostly all the organisms which are present in kingdom Animalia are mostly multicellular in nature. So phylum Porifera is multicellular organism. Second thing, there is a common name for this kingdom, for this phylum, and the common name of phylum Porifera is sponges. The sponges is the common name for the kingdom Porifera. Next thing, the most important characteristic, the characteristic which is able to distinguish it or which gives its identity as phylum Porifera is the presence of pores on entire body. That means if this is the body, then throughout the body the pores are present, and this is the most important character of this kingdom, that pores are present throughout the body. And this is the basic and very important character of this kingdom. And now, what are these pores called? These pores are known as ostia. These are known as ostia. Now, what is the shape of these organisms? So, these are just like a vase, the vase in which we put flowers. The shape of this organism is just similar to a vase. Next thing, a large body cavity. Cavity means a place which is empty, which is filled with nothing. This is just a hole, just a duct. That cavity is present. This whole structure is inside is cavity, and that cavity is known as spongocoel. That spongocoel is a large cavity of these organisms. And now they are given important system, and that system is canal system. This canal system is present in this phylum. What is the use of canal system? Canal system is used in circulating water. That means the water which is going from one place to another is circulated with the help of canal system. And also it brings food and oxygen to the sponges. The food which came in the sponges, the oxygen which came in the sponges, this all brings with the help of canal system. And also a skeleton is present in this phylum. That skeleton is calcareous or siliceous spicules. That means they may be calcareous and also siliceous spicules like structure of skeleton is present. And also no circulatory fluid or circulatory system is present. What is circulatory fluid? As you know that in humans, blood is present. Blood is the circulatory fluid of our body. And for that fluid, for the movement of that fluid, for the proper functioning, a circulatory system is also present. But in case of Porifera, this circulatory fluid or circulatory system is not present. And now these are bisexual organisms, that means male and female are separate, and also reproduction occurs, which is in both the means. It may be sexual or it may be asexual. And some examples of kingdom Porifera are Leucosolenia, Sycon, Spongula, Euspongia, and so on. Now let's talk about second phylum, which is Coelenterata. Coelenterata is also a multicellular organism. That means it is formed by more than one cells, and its body is diploblastic. What is diploblastic? Diploblastic means that it arises from two germ layers, from ectoderm and from endoderm. There is also a third layer which is not present in this case, and that layer is mesoderm. But in this case, only two germ layers are present, ectoderm and endoderm. Next thing, the important character of this phylum is large body cavity. In this case also, a large body cavity is present, which is known as coelentron. And because of this phylum got the name Coelenterata. And also, cnidoblast cells are present. What is the use of cnidoblast cell? They used to kill prey. Prey means the one which the plant, the animal needs to feed on. That prey will be killed with the help of cnidoblast. And there is also one important character of this phylum, that is they show polymorphism. Some organisms of this phylum shows polymorphism. Polymorphism is they show two forms. They are present in two forms. The two forms means they are present in polyp and in medusa form. These are the two forms which are shown by some of the organisms. And now they are aquatic in nature. That means they are present only in water bodies. If you want to talk about its symmetry, that they may be radial or biradially symmetrical. Radial means they may be in circular form or may be symmetrical biradially. Next thing, digestion. Digestion occurs by two processes. It may be intracellular, that means within the cell, or may be extracellular, that means outside of the cell. Next thing, reproduction. Reproduction also takes place by two processes, sexual and asexual. Sexual reproduction takes place by the process of gamete formation, and asexual reproduction is done by fission and budding. What is fission? Fission means the organism divides itself into two or more parts. If it divides itself into two parts, that fission is known as binary fission. If it divides itself into more than two parts, that fission is known as multiple fission. With the fission, the nucleus and cytoplasm divides equally and then daughter cells are formed. So maybe some organisms are reproduced by fission and others by budding. What is budding? In budding, the main parental body produces a bud which is an external projection from the main body. Then that bud grows, and with the time when it grows properly, it becomes mature, it becomes separated from the main plant and grows as an individual. So these are two processes which is done in asexual method, and in sexual method only gamete formation, that means the male and female gametes are formed and then they fertilize and then the reproduction takes place. Some important members of this kingdom are Hydra, Obelia, Phycelia, Aurelia and so on.
Hello student, today I teach you law of motion of physics class 9. Now, how much net force is required to accelerate a 1000 kg car at 4.0 meter per second square? Now, how much net force is required to accelerate a 1000 kilogram car at 4.0 meter per second square? Now, how much net force? Then we have net force F is equal to how much? Then find the value of net force. Then net force we have a question. Now, to accelerate a 1000 kilogram mass of car is equal to 1000 kilogram. Now, at 4.0 meter per second square, accelerate the car. Now, accelerate value of car, the acceleration, the value of car 4.0 meter per second square. Then it is called 4 meter per second square. Now, acceleration of car is equal to 4.0 means 4 meter per second square. The unit of acceleration is meter per second square. The mass unit is kilogram. Then net force, the value find how much in case net force question mark. Then what is relation between F and A? And in other words, what is formula of force? Then the formula of force F is equal to ma. Then F is equal to declaration in the given value. The m unit of mass kilogram in amperes. Then acceleration of car unit is meter per second square in amperes. Then same system, m 1000 into a 4, multiple value 4000, F is equal to 4000 Newton. Then find the value of force. How much net force is required to accelerate a 1000 car at 4.0 meter per second? We have the value of net force is equal to question mark. Then accelerate a 1000 kilogram car at 4.0 meter square. Then mass of car 1000 kilogram and acceleration of car 4 meter per second square. Acceleration of car 4 meter per second square. The value in this case. Now F is equal to, we have F is equal to ma, then F is equal to m is 1000, A is 4. Then protect the product of 1000 and 4. Then F is equal to 4000 Newton. Newton is unit of force. Hello students, and next question is, if you apply a net force of 3 Newton on 0.1 kg box, let this is a box, its mass 0.1 kg according to question. Then act on a force, a force act on a box. Then given value F is equal to 3 Newton, and what is acceleration of box? What is that? If a force apply on the box, after applying force the box in moving position, then produce a acceleration by change of velocity. The rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Then what is acceleration? We have the value, we have force, net force F is equal to 3 Newton, and mass of box M is equal to 0.1 kg. What is acceleration of box? What is acceleration of box? Acceleration of box. Then F is equal to ma. Then A is equal to F by m. The what is value of force? Then 3 Newton and mass 0.1. Then remove the decimal in one digit, then 0, increase the denominator. Then A is equal to 30 meter per second square according to value. Now, if you apply a net force of 3 Newton on 0.1 kg box, what is acceleration of box? Net force is equal to 3 Newton, mass of box 0.1 kilogram, acceleration of box, then F is equal to ma, A is equal to F by m, A is equal to 30 by 3 by 0.1. Then remove the decimal in denominator to display 0. Then 30, A is equal to 30 meter per second square. Note this. Hello student, and next question is, a body mass 1 kg undergoes a change of velocity of 4 meter per second square in 4 seconds. A body mass 1 kg undergoes a change of velocity of 4 meter per second square in 4 seconds. Then first of all, calculation by question. A body mass 1 kg. A body mass 1 kg undergoes a change of velocity of 4 meter per second square in 4 seconds. What is the force acting on it? What is the force acting on it? Then mass of body 1 kg according to question. And undergoes the change of velocity. Change of velocity, symbol of change of velocity is delta v. Now, change of velocity, change of velocity delta v is equal to 4 meter per second square. Then this is wrong. This is wrong. The unit of change of velocity meter per second, but not meter per second square. This is wrong. 4 meter per second square not. Then velocity, the unit of velocity is meter per second. It's not meter per second square, but mass of body m is equal to 1 kilogram, change of velocity delta v is equal to 4 meter per second according to question. Now in 4 second time t is equal to 4 second. Then what is the force acting on it? What is force? Force F is equal to question mark. Then force F is equal to ma. Then what is value of mass? 1 kg. But what is value of acceleration? That's not given in this question. But acceleration find by change of velocity and time. We know that. We know that. We know that A is equal to change of velocity by time. Then F is equal to m into change of velocity by time. Then put on the value. Put on the value in this formula. M. What is m? 1 into change of velocity is 4 by time 4 second. 4 से 4 डिवाइड करेंगे तो 1 टाइम जाएगा. F is equal to 1 into 1. F is equal to 1 Newton. Then what is the value of force? What the value of force acting on it? 1 Newton. Note this.
Good morning class. Today, last term we have learned about the information about gates. There we discussed about logic gates, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, the symbols of AND gate, OR gate and NOT gate and their truth tables. We also discussed the part that is binary arithmetic. In binary arithmetic, we have learned how to add two binary digits, how to subtract in two binary digits, how to multiply in two binary digits, and how to divide two binary digits. Today, we have focused on data units. What do you understand by data units? We can measure everything in our universe with the help of units. So, in computers, we can also measure the data in the form of units, and these are the units which are, some units are small and some units are big units of data. To control the data, these units work. Firstly, we understand the small units, that is bit, nibble and byte. And there are some other units, that is kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte and terabyte. These are the data units. We measure the data in following units. We can also measure data in MIPS, million instructions per second. But here, firstly, we know how our data is stored in our memory. Every computer means every CPU. In every CPU, there are three parts. The first part of CPU is ALU, arithmetical logical unit. The second part is CU, and the third part is MU. In MU, that is called memory unit. And in computer, and in the terms of computer, what is the means of memory unit? There are two types of memory. That is, you all know that primary memory and secondary memory. So these are the two types of memory where our data is run or processed. So primary memory and secondary memory. There are two types of memory. Primary memory is volatile and it is in the form of RAM. It is in the form of RAM. So, and you also know that there are two parts of RAM, SRAM and DRAM. And you know about secondary memory because in our memory unit, you know about magnetic disk. Also, you know about hard disk. And external disk. These are the memories where we store our data in a permanent manner. Where we store our data in permanent manner. So, how a memory look like? Memory is look like that. There are many blocks, and in each and every block we can store 1 bit data. We can store 1 bit data. And you know about binary. In binary there are only two numbers, 0 and 1. And if we want to store 1 bit data, it is in the form of 0, either it is in the form of 1. It is in the form of 0, either it is in the form of 1. So, bit is the smallest unit for measuring the data. Bit is the smallest unit for measuring the data. The next unit is nibble and the next unit is byte. 1 nibble equal to 4 bits. You know, in 1 nibble there are 4 bits. And in 1 byte there are only 2 nibbles. And 1 byte means it is the group of 8 characters. It is the group of 8 bits. So, you know the group of 8 bit is known as byte. So, this memory represent byte, and this is one block that is represent bit. So you know the basic difference between bit, nibble and byte. What is the word? Word, it is the combination of characters. It is the combination of characters and make a word. Combination of character makes a word. And the word length is 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit. So there are many more units about. I discussed the big units, that is kilobyte, megabyte and gigabyte. These are the big units, and there is one unit more, terabyte. So these are the units which measures more data, and if memory having large data capacity, so we measure in gigabytes or terabytes. 1 KB, 1 kilobyte, 1 KB equal to 1024 byte, and 1 MB megabyte equal to 1024 KB, and 1 GB equal to 1024 MB. 1 GB equal to 1024 MB. So these are the units which we use for measuring the data in computers. Now we understand the things, that is, what are the data units which we use in our computer. So now you understand all the things related to units. Then we understand about how we represent character. So the thing is character representation. With the help of BCD, EBCD, IC and ASCII, we can represent our characters. What is BCD code? The full form of BCD is binary coded decimal code. The second code is EBCDIC code. So what is the full form of EBCDIC code? Extended binary coded decimal interchange code. And the third code which is used in character representation, that is ASCII code. American Standard Code for Information Interchange. American Standard Code for Information Interchange. American Standard Code for Information Interchange. These are the codes which is used for character representation. In further classes, we can understand these three codes. These three codes are: first code is binary coded decimal code, the second code is extended binary coded decimal interchange code, and the third one is ASCII code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. ASCII code also have two parts. The first part is ASCII 7 and the second part is ASCII 8. All the codes have two types of bit. The first represent the zone, and the second part of the second group of the bits represent its binary. So all the number system are divided in zones and the binary value of that number. So these three codes are used in character representation. And now we understand the different numbers which we use in computer. So this is the next. We use computer, and you all know that computer is a device which works on binary. So we understand which type of. So firstly we understand decimal number system. Then second one is binary number system. The third one is octal number system. And the fourth one is hexadecimal number system. These number systems are very important, and you know how these number systems work. In decimal number systems, there are numbers which are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So total number is 10. So the base of decimal number system is 10. And you know, you can also say that the radix of decimal number system is 10, because here we see there are 10 numbers that are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. The second is binary number system. In binary number system there are only two numbers, that is 0 and 1. So the base of binary number system is 2. We can also say that the radix of binary number system is 2. Then the third number system is octal number system, where the numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 8 numbers. So octal number system have base 8. So the base of octal number system is 8, because there are 8 numbers are present, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 0. So the base of octal number system is 8. Now we understand hexadecimal number system. Here total number is 16, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. Where A equal to, where A represents 10, means A equal to 10, B equal to 11, C equal to 12, D equal to 13, E equal to 14 and F equal to 15. So these are the numbers which represent by A equal to 10, B equal to 11, C equal to 12, D equal to 13, E equal to 14 and F equal to 15. So we can use decimal number system, binary number system, octal number system and hexadecimal number system in our number system. And we can also change, we can also go for conversion in these number systems. So now you understand the decimal number system, binary number system, octal number system and hexadecimal number system. Now let us understand the next. What is the next? How we change decimal number system into binary. So there are a method that is 8421 table, which can be useful to change any decimal number system into its binary. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These are the numbers which in decimal, and you know the system is 8421, 8, 4, 2 and 1. So 8 means 80 and 81. Here 4, then 40, 41. Then again repeat this pattern, 40, 41. Then it is written 2, then 20 and 21, 2021, 2021, 2021. And in last written 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 and 0, 1. This is the pattern where you can find the binary of any decimal number which belonging to 0 to 15. So this is a table where you can work with the help of this table and you can find the binary of 0 to 15 numbers. So now you understand all the things which we discussed in this class, and we further discuss the next thing in next class. Thank you, class.